My Little Prairie is a web-based gardening simulation game where you are able to grow plants native to Durham's very own Prairie Island and place them throughout the island in places that best suit their needs. Prairie Island contains several species of rare and endangered prairie grasses that in certain growth phases are indistinguishable from local weeds. My Little Prairie provides users with an opportunity to learn how to distinguish these rare grasses from weeds along with weed removal methods. In order to succeed, you must remove weeds and tend to your plants. Upon entering the website for the first time, users can either decide to play without an account by simply pressing the Play Now button, or use the simple-to-use registration and login buttons after filling out their chosen email address and password. In this case, I've already created an account, so we can just press Login. If the login is successful, you are presented to this page that tells you so, and all you have to do now is press the Play Now button. During gameplay, seasonal events happen where the user has to plant specific plants and fulfill certain requirements, as shown here. As we have just begun the game in a new season, we have been presented with a new event, in this case, a kudzu apocalypse, where our task is to remove 8 kudzu. New users, or those unfamiliar with prairie grasses, are able to visit a catalog, which shows a list of all the different types of weeds and plants, how they look during various growth stages, and the techniques required to remove the different kinds of weeds. For example, in the case of our event, we have to remove 8 kudzu. So in the catalog, you can see under the section labeled Weeds that kudzu looks like this, and in order to remove them, you must use the pickaxe. Now that we know how kudzu looks and that it requires a pickaxe to remove, we can begin weeding by pressing the button at the top of the screen and selecting the pickaxe icon. Upon removing a kudzu, we are presented with a patch of dirt in its place where we can now plant a prairie grass as shown here, using the button at the top of the screen. Let's select the Carolina anemone. These plants then continue to grow as time passes, which is measured by the amount of game actions that have taken place, such as weeding or planting. Every 30 game actions, the season changes, and it's indicated by the pictures at the top of the screen. For example, this flower means that we're in spring. After 3 game years have passed, the game ends and your score is entered into the leaderboard that is shown here. The top 10 scores are shown on the leaderboard of the game, and hopefully if you're successful and you play the game enough, you can get to spot number 1 on My Little Prairie.